Hope everyone is well. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Hope everyone is doing well. And Eid Mubarak, belated Eid Mubarak to you all. Hope you had a good time within this lockdown anyway. And Assalamu alaikum to those that are joining and those that will be joining. Do tell me how your Eid did go. I am reading your comments as we go along, inshallah. And also, I can tell you for myself, my own personal experience, Eid was very different. We usually all get together, we do it in the hall, but today, because as in a couple of days ago when Eid was, it was very, very different because of the lockdown. So do tell me. I'm very interested to know how your Eid went. Also, Ramadan has left us, unfortunately, and then we wait in anticipation for the next Ramadan. But Alhamdulillah, it was a very good Ramadan. A lot was achieved within this platform anyway. My target was to reach 500 followers. Alhamdulillah, with everybody's support, as we are here today, we are at 530 followers. So we have exceeded our targets. Alhamdulillah. Inshallah, next target is 600. Let's see how quickly we get there. And also, I would like to thank my sponsor for Ramadan, Natlane.com. He allowed me to come on daily and really dedicate my time to it. So I really do thank him. If any other person wants to sponsor my videos, my posts, my stories, or sponsor me for the whole entire month, like Natlane.com did, then you are more than welcome to contact me. I have sent a message out privately to a few of my friends, and inshallah, maybe within the next couple of days, I might have a announcement to make for you, but we'll see. Anyhow, today I want to recite Surah Mulk, as you can see by the title of this video, Surah Mulk, the last ruku. I did do the first ruku of Surah Mulk using the rule of Idgham. I went through some examples, and you can see that there's a post, I think, on Facebook, but it's actually a YouTube video. So you'll have to find that YouTube video on my channel, HSM Islam. And inshallah, when this video is uploaded, I will put a link of that video as well for you to find on YouTube. So Bismillah, we read the second ruku of Surah Mulk. And just before I get into the reading of it, I did a poll as well. So see if you can answer that poll. It's the first time I'm using Facebook Live on my laptop, so the interface is very different. Assalamu alaikum to those that are joining. Interface is very different. So it's a new experience for me as well. But inshallah, see if you can find that poll anywhere and try to answer the question. See if you get the question, inshallah. So Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We start from the second ruku of Surah Mulk, which is the 15th ayah of Surah Mulk. I'll just give you a minute for you to find that, inshallah. That is the 15th ayah. There are 16 ayahs within the second ruku, 16 ayahs we're about to recite, and there are 16 examples of idgham. Before I actually read, so you can also spot the idgham rule, I will just refresh you on the idgham rule. Idgham is when you see a noon sakin, a noon with a sukun, or a tanween. Tanween is double fatha, double kasra, double dhamma, double pesh, double zabar, or double zir. And in such case, an N sound is produced or generated like a noon sakin sound. So in such case, when you see a noon sakin or a tanween, then depending on the next letter, it will be one of four rules. So there are 28 letters of the Arabic alphabet, and depending on which letter it is, it classifies into a different rule, and then certain rules apply to that. Certain things that you will do. And we've spoken about 2 rules or 3 rules before. 2 rules, I believe. We've spoken about Ghunna first, when we did Surah Yasin, and then we did the Iqlab rule within Surah Rahman. And now we're looking at the Idgham rule within Surah Mulk. But In Iqlab, you see is a Noon Sakin or Tanween, and the next letter is a Ba. In this Idgham rule, there are 6 letters, one of 6 letters. So you have Noon Sakin or Tanween, and then the immediate next letter is one of 6. Ya, Ra, Mim, Lam, Waw, Noon. And the rule splits into 2. The rule splits into 2 then. So if it's a Ya, Mim, Waw, or Noon, you will do the Idgham rule, and you'll also, and I will explain what Idgham is in a second, and you'll also do Ghunna. And Ra and Lam, you do not pronounce Ghunna. So you do Idgham. Idgham is you merge the Noon sound into the next letter. So the Noon sound does not remain. And we will do examples of it, inshallah. A'udhu billahi min shaitan rajim. We move on to Surah Mulk, ayah 15 onwards, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم هو الذي جعل لكم الأرض ذلولا فامشوا في مناكبها وكلوا من رزقه وإليه النشور أأمنتم من في السماء أن يخسف بكم الأرض فإذا هي تمور أم أمنتم من في السماء أن يرسل عليكم حاصبا فستعلمون كيف نذير ولقد كذب الذين من قبلهم فكيف كان نكير أولم يروا إلى الطير فوقهم صافات ويقبضن ما يمسكهن إلا الرحمن إنه بكل شيء بصير أمن هذا الذي هو جند لكم ينصركم من دون الرحمن إن الكافرون إلا في غرور أمن هذا الذي يرزقكم إن أمسك رزقه بل لجوا في عتو ونفور أفمن يمشي مكبا على وجهه أهدى من يمشي سويا على صراط مستقيم قل هو الذي أنشأكم وجعل لكم السمع والأبصار والأفئدة قليلا ما تشكرون قل هو الذي ذرأكم في الأرض وإليه تحشرون ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين قل إنما العلم عند الله وإنما أنا نذير مبين فلما رأوه زلفة سيئت وجوه الذين كفروا وقيل هذا الذي كنتم به تدعون قل أرأيتم إن أهلكني الله ومن معي أو رحمنا فمن يجير الكافرين من عذاب أليم قل هو الرحمن آمنا به وعليه توكلنا فستعلمون من هو في ضلال مبين قل أرأيتم إن أصبح ماؤكم غورا فمن يأتيكم بماء معين صدق الله العظيم. Alhamdulillah, that was Surah Mulk, the second ruku, from ayah 15 to ayah 30. So, now we look at the 16 examples of Idgham. 16 examples of Idgham. If those people are joining me just now, they will need to go to the start of the video to see what the rule of Idgham was. And if those people that already know the rule of Idgham, then this will be a revision for them and a practice for the students that are watching as well. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So in the very first ayah of the second ruku', 15th ayah, you see Idgham straight away. So we read the ayah, and I want you to find the rule of Idgham. هو الذي جعل لكم الأرض ذلولا فامشوا في مناكبها وكلوا من رزقه وإليه النشور. For those that have a good ear for it, they will notice that I read mir rizqi, even though it's min rizqi, is mir rizqi, because the noon is sakin, the noon has a scorn, and right after it there's a ra. Now that is the rule of Idgham. There's no noon sakin remaining. The noon goes into the ra, which is Idgham, and no ghunna applies because these are the exceptions, ra and lam. Ghunna does not apply with the ra and lam. The other four letters, they will apply. Then moving on to the next, number 16, Idgham with a ya. Now, with Idgham with a ya mean well known, ghunna does apply as well, so I want you to watch out for it, okay? Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. أأمنتم من في السماء أن يخسف بكم الأرض فإذا هي تمور. So that was the 16th ayah of Surah Mulk. 16th ayah. And as you saw, I read an yakhsifa is an yakhsifa. An yakhsifa. Noon is sakin. Immediately after you have a ya. In such case, the noon disappears, goes into the ya. You read a yakhsifa, but you apply ghunna as well, because it is from the four letters ya, mim, waw, noon. An yakhsifa, full nasal sound through your nose. An is called ghunna. The rule is not ghunna, the rule is idgham, but within the rule of idgham, because this is from the four letters ya, mim, waw, noon, ghunna applies, okay? So أن يخسف بكم الأرض فإذا هي تمور. And in a similar fashion, you see within the 17th ayah, again, watch out for it. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. أم أمنتم من في السماء أن يرسل عليكم حاصبا فستعلمون كيف نذير. أن يرسل, similar situation, there's a noon sakin, a ya comes after it, idgham takes place with ghunna. Moving on then, we move on to the 19th ayah. The 19th ayah, and this is idgham with the waw. Okay, idgham with the waw, ya, mim, waw, noon, ghunna is applied, so I want you to watch out for it. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. أولم يروا إلى الطير فوقهم صافات ويقبضن ما يمسكهن إلا الرحمن إنه بكل شيء بصير. So as you saw, صافات is tin, it's a tanween here. It's not a noon sakin, a tanween, but within the tanween, within that double zir, double kasra, you see an end sound. Safatin, but a waw comes after it, so idgham takes place. Safatiu. There's no noon left, it goes straight into the waw. But because it is a waw, ya, mim, waw, noon, ghunna takes place. Safatin wa yaqbidun. Okay? Again, other rules do apply, just because we've done iqlab before, I will tell you that at the end, إِنَّهُ بِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ بَصِيرٍ, basir, tanween, and a ba, so iqlab. If you want to understand the rule properly, then you have to look at the Surah Rahman. I believe we did Surah Rahman, we did iqlab within that anyway. Moving on then to the 20th ayah. And we find it with a lam, a tanween and a lam. Okay, so I want you to look up for it. أَمَّنْ هَذَا الَّذِي هُوَ جُنْدٌ لَكُمْ يَنْصُرُكُمْ مِنْ دُونِ الرَّحْمَنِ إِنِ الْكَافِرُونَ إِلَّا فِي غُرُورٍ. So we saw huwa jundun, tanween, double pesh, tanween, but lam comes after it. It's not jundun, it's jundullakum. The noon disappears from the tanween. You don't say jundun, you say jundullakum, dullakum. No ghunna because ra and lam are the exception. Ghunna does not apply. We go on to ayah 21. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. أَمَّنْ هَذَا الَّذِي يَرْزُقُكُمْ إِنْ أَمْسَكَ رِزْقَهُ بَلْ لَجُّوا فِي عُتُوٍّ وَنُفُورٍ. عُتُوٍّ وَنُفُورٍ. Tanween and a waw, idgham takes place. Moving on to the ayah 22. Ayah 22, we see idgham in no less than 3 places. Okay, 3 places. We see noon sakin and a ya, and we also see a tanween and a meme this time. Tanween and a meme. Okay, so watch out for it. 3 examples of idgham within this ayah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. أفمن يمشي مكبا على وجهه أهدى أمن يمشي سويا على صراط مستقيم. So, where did we see the examples of ghunna? Idgham. Ghunna did apply within this as well, but we're not going on to that. Afaman, right at the start, afaman is a noon sakin, but immediately after is a ya, so idgham takes place, and also ghunna takes place within this because it's ya, mim, wa, noon. Then move on to then ammay. There's a ghunna there, but move on. There's a noon sakin and a ya, idgham with ghunna. Then moving on to siratin, it's a tanween, double zir, and a meme straight after, siratim mustaqim. A meme after ya, mim, wa, noon. Ghunna also takes place. Siratim mustaqim. That's not enough. If you do siratim mustaqim, not enough. You need ghunna as well. Siratim mustaqim. Then moving on to ayah 23. Ayah 23, inshallah. This is a tanween and another meme. Tanween and a meme, okay? قل هو الذي أنشأكم وجعل لكم السمع والأبصار والأفئدة قليلا ما تشكرون. And in right at the end, قليلا, tanween double fatha, double zabar, but a meme comes after it. قليلا ما, meme after it is idgham as well as ghunna being applied within idgham. Then missing out the next 2 ayahs, because I don't see ghunna within it. If you see ghunna within these next 2 ayahs, then please point that out, and I can also put those in as well. Moving on to the ayah 26. Ayah 26. This is with a tanween and a meme. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. قل إنما العلم عند الله وإنما أنا نذير مبين. And after so many examples of it, I'm sure you have noticed, nadhirun is a tanween, nadhirun, double zabar, or double pesh, double dhamma. Nadhirun is tanween in it. But there's a meme coming straight after, so idgham takes place, no longer a noon. Not nadhirun, but nadhirum. And also because it's ya, mim, wa, noon, you apply ghunna. Nadhirum mubin. Moving on then to the 28th ayah. 28th ayah, you see 2 examples of idgham, 2 examples. So one is when there's noon sakin and a meme, and the next example is a noon sakin and a ya. 2 examples within one ayah. I want you to also look up for it. 28th ayah of Surah Mulk. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. قل أرأيتم إن أهلكني الله ومن معي أو رحمنا فمن يجير الكافرين من عذاب أليم. Okay, so we saw ومن معي, ومن نون ساكن and a meme straight after it, so it's not ومن anymore, ومن. But also غنى applies. ومن معي, and then going on فمن يجير, فمن, but ya comes after it, فمن يجير, فمن يجير, but also غنى applies. يا ميم ونون, فمن يجير الكافرين من عذاب أليم. Okay, moving on to ayah 29. Again, one example of idgham, and it's between a tanween and a meme. قل هو الرحمن آمنا به وعليه توكلنا فستعلمون من هو في ضلال مبين. ضلال مبين. ضلال tanween and a meme idgham. Now the last ayah 30 has two examples of idgham. I'm not going to tell you where it's from. You try to look out for yourself. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. قل أرأيتم إن أصبح ماؤكم غورا فمن يأتيكم بماء معين. So you might have already noticed فمن يأتيكم, فمن is a noon sakin and a ya, so idgham takes place with ghunnah. And then ma'in, bima'in, it's a tanween with a double kasra, double zid, and a meme comes after it, so idgham takes place with ghunnah. Bima'in ma'in. Okay, so that was the reading of Surah Mulk. Inshallah, I will try to do this regularly, at least once or twice a week, and inshallah we will try to add different things. Also the interviews I did within Ramadan, it was just a spontaneous idea that I had that we should do interviews and we should promote different positive. See, a lot of things on Facebook are negative. People post negative things, people comment on negative things, that's what's shared. A negative story is what is what people want to see, what people want to read, what sells. Bad news, bad news, not good news. If it's good news, then no one wants to know about it. But if it's bad news, everyone wants to know about it. Everyone wants a bit of gossip. But it's important for us to highlight the positivity within our community, the positive things within our community. So that is the idea of speaking about Nadkhani, speaking about ilm, studying, who is studying, highlight these people. And these are the people, they become signposts within the community. People use them as reference. People know that this guy has studied. Let's learn from him. Let's take something from him. So that's the idea. And I did one interview, and I thought, okay, it was just a fun thing for me to do, but it caused a chain reaction where more people wanted to be interviewed, more people wanted to come onto my live. Alhamdulillah, it was your support and your generosity and your appreciation for it that more people got involved. I also got sponsored during that time, and a lot of things happened really quickly. I still have a couple of interviews to do, so do watch out for that as well. And depending on what kind of response I get, there might be even more interviews later on. But as of now, we stick to the Quran and Hadith. I am working on other lives and other sessions that we could do as well, just to keep it interactive, keep it a wide audience. I don't want to narrow the audience down to one specific type of group of people that are watching, but I want to make it diverse, where there's stuff for the elder generation, stuff for the younger generation, and this is for the students of the Quran, and also students of Tajweed, and also people that are just generally interested in reading the Quran correctly. So, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I'll take a sip of my water as I'm not fasting. the Ramadan is over, but in Shawwal, 6 fasts are also important. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us the tawfiq to make those fasts as well. But today I'm not fasting. Alhamdulillah. So that was the Quran, and now we move on to the Hadith. So, Hadith I have for you today, inshallah, is taken from Mullah Ali Al-Qari's 40 Hadith on the excellence of the Quran. So the Hadith I have, قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم اقرأوا القرآن بالحزن فإنه نزل بالحزن اقرأوا القرآن بالحزن فإنه نزل بالحزن. Okay, what does the hadith mean? صدق الرسول النبي الأمين الكريم. What does the hadith mean? Hadith translates as recite certain parts of the Quran with sadness, for it was revealed with sadness. And the translator has done a very good job by in brackets he's put certain parts, because the hadith says recite the Quran with sadness, but it only applies to certain passages within the Quran. So recite certain passages of the Quran with sadness because they were revealed with sadness. And then there's another hadith I want to also recite and share with you as well. That the Messenger ﷺ said, ليس منا من لم يتغنى بالقرآن ليس منا لم يتغنى بالقرآن صدق الرسول صدق الرسول. What the Prophet ﷺ says is, whoever does not beautify his voice, whoever does not beautify the voice for Quran recitation is not from us. Laysa minna, he is not from us. So it is our duty to beautify our voice. Not everyone has a very nice voice. Like myself, for example, I don't have a very good voice, but we try our best to beautify our voices when we're reciting Quran, and it's the job of the qaris to teach us how to do this. There's a science called maqamat, which is the science of learning the expression of emotions within melodies. There's like frameworks within the melodies, different templates of music, of melody, and each melody, each framework, each template of music will express a certain emotion, and it's important for us to express the same emotion that the Quran, that passage, is also expressing. So if we're reading a passage on punishment, then we shouldn't read it in a happy tune, should we? Are we reflecting the Quran's true meaning? If we're reading in a happy tune, someone that might not understand the Arabic, he might think you're talking about something happy, but you are talking about punishment, you are talking about hellfire. But if you are reading about the praise of the Messenger ﷺ, you're reading about Jannah, you're reading about reward, then isn't it important for us then to read it in a happy tune, to read it in an upbeat tune, happy? We're happy when we read the Quran. We shouldn't read them in sadness. We should not read the Quran the whole way through in the same expression. It should be different. And this is what the science of maqamat are about, and also rag. See, when we come to reading Nasheed and Naat, then we should do the same. We should express the same emotion that we are trying to portray within the Naat as well. Within the emotions of the Naat, the meanings of the Naat, they have emotions. Whether it's a sad Naat, is it a happy Naat, is it about Milad Sharif, is it about Muharram, is it a Manqabat of Ahl Bayt talking about Muharram? That's a sad occasion. You can't read it in a happy beat. It doesn't go. You're doing injustice to the meanings of the Naat. And if that's just a Naat, then what happens when it's Quran? We should be even more careful when we are reading Quran. So anyway, that is the hadith. So inshallah, I will leave it there. It's been half an hour. I don't want to go any longer than that. I hope you enjoyed it, and inshallah tomorrow I will try to be back with an interview. Hopefully I'm interviewing a scholar, so that should be interesting for myself, and I hope it's beneficial to everybody else. Those people that do want to sponsor, and so that I can shout out your brand name or your business, maybe in video live like this, or a post or a story or something like that, then do contact me and we can discuss that and arrange it, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.